leader. So now it's time for what's always one of my favorite parts of our program, the National Rural Housing Awards. These awards recognize individuals and organizations that have, through their continued work or newly established initiatives, made a positive and lasting impact in rural America. Like I said earlier, the 21 months we've just gone through have marked some incredible challenges dealing with COVID, national reckoning on inequality. Today's 6 awardees have all leaned into this moment. They've made positive impacts. They all share having made the most of this time to help their communities and people in need. This brings us to our first awardee, U.S. Senator Tina Smith from Minnesota. Senator Smith is a fierce advocate for the people of Minnesota, and she's an active champion for rural communities across the country. First elected in 2018, Senator Smith has proposed 50 plus bills that have made it into law. Prior to the Senate, she was serving as Minnesota's lieutenant governor. She started her own business. She worked as vice president at Planned Parenthood. In her time in the Senate, she has helped expand broadband, support rural electric cooperatives, pursue more funding for rental assistance contracts. She prioritizes USDA's housing maintenance and repair programs. She's made it much easier for Native families on trust land to access federal home loan guarantees and given tribes across access to funds to address homelessness. She's truly a champ for rural communities in her state, but also for all of us. She has convened Democratic senators on the Hill for a council specifically focused on rural activities, brought in countless local leaders to talk to the group and share their insight and knowledge, including us, with her and her peers. Her leadership during the last 21 months in which she formed that council and other parts has been just extraordinary. It sticks out amongst her peers as having worked tirelessly to help rural America weather the storm of this pandemic. Grants to improve rural health care, expand telehealth, leading a push for an infusion of resources for tribal nations, one of the largest in American history. She's been a champion for the diverse communities of rural America as we've worked to help our neighbors. It makes me really proud to be associated with Senator Smith and her work and to present her with a 2021 National Rural Housing Service Award. Senator Smith.
Hi, I'm U.S. Senator Tina Smith, and congratulations to the Housing Assistance Council on your 50th anniversary. You have been strong leaders in the fight to ensure that all Americans have access to safe, decent, and affordable places to live. In addition, I want to thank you for the Rural Housing Service Award. It's an honor to receive this recognition from you. And please know that I'm dedicated to continuing to work to expand access to housing in small towns and rural places. I'm excited about the progress we're on the verge of making this year, including new investments to modernize public housing, hundreds of thousands of new vouchers to help the most vulnerable families afford stable places to live, and important new resources for the Housing Trust Fund to help construct new affordable housing across the country. But there are real challenges ahead in the next years. We're going to need to redouble our efforts to tackle racial disparities in home ownership and housing opportunities in both rural and urban communities. In my home state of Minnesota, about 70% of white families own their own home, while just over 20% of Black families are homeowners. We have to address the long history of discriminatory policies that have led to this unfortunate reality, and to so many other housing challenges for people of color and Indigenous communities. The good news is that there are important conversations and innovative approaches happening in communities across the country. For example, we're seeing communities take new approaches to long-standing hindrances by reforming outdated zoning rules. So I'm hopeful that we can all work together to learn from these creative approaches being taken around the country. I look forward to working with you on this and on so many other issues in the coming years. So again, congratulations and thank you.
Thanks, Senator Smith. I wish you much luck next week. I hope things go really well in your chamber. So congratulations again.